Hello everybody and welcome to ESO Daily. I am your host, Mystic Raven. What can I say? I'm busy. But trying to get these updates, trying to get you guys the builds you want and you deserve. So in today's video, I'm going to introduce you guys to my new Stamina Sorcerer build for Summerset. This is lightning. Let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, this is a bow 2H build. Okay, so on the bow side, you're going to go ahead and see max magicka is at 10,969. Kind of important. We want to put a few points in there because of the spells we're going to cast. Max health, 20,124. Stamina recovery is at 1,929. You're going to see also max stamina is at 33,167. Weapon damage prior, excuse me, prior to any buff, 1,630. Weapon critical, 53.5. Spell and physical resistance is 13.9, almost 14. And critical resistance, 1,764. To the left, you're going to see 6 points allocated into magicka, 58 into stamina. We're using the Lover Mundus. We are also using Dubious Kimura Throne. Okay, now on the 2H side, you're also going to see not much has changed except stamina recovery gets boosted up to 2197 and weapon damage goes up to 2,405. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the set, shall we? I'm going to be using the Bow of Agility. I'm going to be staying with Sword Singers. Really like this on the Stam Sorc. I'm going to go with Slime Crawls. And we're going to go with Night Mother's Gaze. I'll go down piece by piece and explain what I'm doing here. Okay, we're going to go with the Bow of Agility. Now, here's a disclaimer. If you have a master bow, you can slot it here, right? One of the main reasons I put it on this video in build is for players who don't have the master bow. A lot of players don't have that, so they're like, I don't have a master bow. What do I do? Go with the Bow of Agility. Why do you want to go with the Bow of Agility? Very simple. When I switch over, remember bows now, 2H weapons, two-handed weapons, now count as 2 slots. So it's going to give me 1,400 max stamina. I'm also going to use the Sharpen trait. Why? Because I need a little bit of penetration. Even though I have a penetration set, I also have the Lover Mundus. But remember, mauls ignore physical penetration. So I need a Sharpen trait. I want that with an increase. So also when you take a look at my character sheet, 3316 stamina. When I switch out, we have 33.7. So it's keeping, a pretty even margin between the swap. So agility is a really nice bow. So if you don't have a master's, get the agility bow. Get it in sharpen and go with increase. Can't go wrong. Trust me. Okay, we're going to go with Sword Singers. I really like Sword Singers on a Stam Sorc. Why? Because it hits like a friggin' truck. Like a Mack truck. You're in front of this, you're getting pulverized. It is really, really badass set on the Stam Sorc. Where do you get this set? You get it in Alec here, right? It's an overland set. You can farm it. Love this set. Gives max stamina, gives weapon damage, gives critical, and adds 440 weapon damage to my two-handed abilities. So keep in mind, I don't have to have it static. All I have to do is just have it on the back bar. So when I go to the back bar, the 2H is going to give me the extra 2 bonus. It's going to give me that 440 weapon damage to my 2H abilities. Really nice. Now, I do recommend the maul with shock damage. You want to use the shock damage, not the poison. Why, Mystic? Why, Mystic? Very simple. When I go into Storm Calling and I look at Implosion, when I deal shock damage, I have a 6% chance to instantly disintegrate the enemies. When I deal physical damage, I have a 6%. So when I'm using both, I have a chance to proc either or both. Really, really comes in handy. So Stam Sorcs usually do shock enchantments. Why? For Implosion passive. All right. So maul, shock damage, Nirnhorn. Okay, Slime Crawl. So this is a 5-1-1 config. 5 medium, 1 light, 1 heavy. I have the head, a light Slime Crawl. Divine, stamina. Why? Because I'm using Lover Mundus, so I want 1 piece of Divine. That puts me almost at 3,000, a little under. So I really like that. Just 1 piece. Slime Crawl, no proc set. just raw damage. It's going to give me weapon critical. Now, you keep in mind, I'm going to be using Night Mother's Gaze. I got to deal critical damage, right? Very important. Khajiit's perfect for this. It gives me an extra 8% in the passive. Really like the Khajiit Stam Sorc with this build. If you go Red Guard, you might want to go with Sword Singers instead of, Sword Dancers, and then go with the Daggers. So I would make that recommendation, then you can make whatever. But for the Khajiit, love it. Love it, love it, love it. You can go Red Guard. I'm not saying you can't, but your crits are going to be less. Okay? Heads up. So, also, it's going to give me Minor Berserk. Nightblade's Minor Berserk. Stam. Most of your other Stam classes don't. Stam Wardens can too. So I'm going to use this to do what? Pump up more raw damage. 8 by 8%. Curse of Night Mothers. Okay, so 2 classes that don't get Major Fracture in their kit, in their abilities, is Stamplar and Stam Sorcs. So I'm going to use the Night Mothers to do what? Apply Major Fracture when I deal critical damage. That reduces their resistance by 5,280. Perfect. Perfect setup. Now this is my heavy piece. So that's my heavy, that's my light, the rest are medium. We have Slime Crawls, Impen, Shoulders, Stamina, ideal. Belt of Night Mothers, Impen, Max Stamina, ideal. Bracers of Night Mothers, medium, Stamina, Impen, ideal. Legs of Night Mothers, Infused Stamina, ideal. Boots of Night Mothers, well fitted, Stamina, ideal. Sword Singer's Necklace, robust, recovery. Now, if you want to go with one infused, you can. I just like the robust. I like all robust on here. You can go with one bloodthirsty. That would come in handy. So I would recommend, if you're not going to go with one robust, make one, go with 2 robust, 1 bloodthirsty, all recovery. Why? We're not using Bone Pirates. So we need recovery. So robust, recovery, robust, recovery, robust, recovery. Okay, let's go ahead and get into the skills, shall we? Okay, Bowbar. Okay, Critical Surge, right? I'm going to deal a lot of critical damage. It's going to give me Major Brutality. Now, I will be using Forward Momentum, which will give me Major Brutality as well. But I'm not going to use Rally. I'm going to use Forward Momentum. Why? Immobilization. So I'm going to get that immobilization. But this is going to do what? When I deal critical damage, I heal for 3,206. That's more than Rally would give me anyways. So I'm going to utilize this skill. Okay, no surprise, I'm going with Poison Injector. That's why I said if you have a Master Bow, you can. If not, you go with the Agility Bow. Okay, really nice. Defensive Rune. I cannot tell you how many times this ability has saved my little furry butt. Why? Because when they hit me, it goes ahead and CCs them. Then I can turn around and just maul on them. Hurricane. Now, really nice. When I deal critical damage with this, that'll apply the debuff, even to surrounding enemies. Really, really love it. We're going to go with the Shuffle. Okay, so I don't need bound armaments on both bars anymore. I can put it there if I want to, but keep in mind I'm using Agility. That's giving me max stamina. So that allows me to go ahead and do what? Put Shuffle on here. I typically don't use Shuffle a lot, but with this build it works out really nice because I don't have to have bound armaments on both bars if I don't want it. So I'm just going to utilize that Shuffle. Okay, Ballista, ranged ulti, really nice when I'm in a pinch. Okay, also we have Stampede. A lot of people like Crit Rush. I like Stampede, just slow them down CC. Now if you want to go with, 1 second. I really got to learn how to mute this phone. Okay, Dizzy Swing. I like the Dizzy Swing better than Wrecking Blow. Wrecking Blow is good, but I like the CC, right? I like to have the knockback. But if you want to go with Wrecking Blow, you can. But I prefer Dizzying Swing. Reverse Slice, Finisher, pretty standard. Forward Momentum. Okay. Mobilization. I cannot stress the importance of this ability, right? I don't need Rally. You know, I got Critical Surge. Both are going to apply Major Brutality, but all this does is just grants me the immobilization immunity for 8 seconds. Okay, Bound Armaments. While slotted, increases my max stamina by 8%. Also increases the damage of my light attacks by 11%. Really nice now with Summerset. Light attacks do a significantly more damage. Problem with Stam Sorc, doesn't have a class ability that's spammable. So if I can't get this dizzying swing off, I can hit him with the light attacks and it takes a nice chunk of damage off of him. Really, really appreciate it. Dawnbreaker of Smiting, pretty standard. CC, AoE, and then on top of it, we're getting that nice passive in the Fighters Guild for the Slayer. So 3% while slotted, and you know, that's extra damage on the bar. And if you want to go with the 2H ulti, you can, but you would lose a little bit more on the damage for your abilities because of that extra 3%. All right, let's go ahead and get into the champion point, shall we? Starting off into the Apprentice, Blessed, 8.12. Physical weapon expert. We're going to be dealing light attacks, right? We want 75 points into the astronaut to maintain that that passive of the butcher. So we're going to increase our physical light attacks by 9.17. Mastered arm 21.8. Keep in mind we are using dizzying swing. Coming over into the ritual, we're using poison injector and hurricane. So thaumaturge 21.18. We have penetration. We have the lover. We have night mothers. We have sharpen, and we have them all. So that allows us to take piercing down to 7.13. Really nice, and allows us to push up mighty up to 14%. Coming into the warrior, ironclad 40. Spell shield 24, medium armor 29, resistance 38. Hardy and elemental defender are both split at 909. Thick skin. You want to take a little bit into this because, you know, dots can be a problem. I usually go between 6, 11, and 9%. Went 8.23 on this build. Quick recovery 707. Warlord, 10.22. Sprinter, I want to reduce the cost of my sprinting, right? I don't want to keep chasing and exhausting my resources. So 18.39. Siphoner, when I'm dealing light attacks, might as well go ahead and, you know, reduce their recovery by 909. Nothing in tenacity. Arcanus, remember, we're going to be using 2 magical abilities, so we went a little bit into our magical recovery, 6.17. Mooncalf, 14%. Healthy, 707. Coming in, we also want 14.14 into tumbling, and that is how the champion points are allocated. Now, really quick here, also when I hit the hurricane, and you look, my resistance is 19 too. Really nice. A lot of survivability. Deals a lot of damage. Ton of damage. I'm really happy. Also, real quick here. So you have immobilization, and I do recommend that you use the essence of weapon power. Not necessarily. You just want a pot with major savagery, right? Very important, especially in Battlegrounds. Keep in mind, in Battlegrounds, we don't have CP, so we'll lose a little bit of that critical damage, right? When I go ahead and pop this, now my weapon crit is 63%. When I'm in the Battlegrounds, that goes down to about 58%. So you really want to keep critical up. Why? Because you're using critical surge, right? So you want to maintain your heal effect. It's very, very important with this build. Plus, also, when we're dealing critical damage, we're applying what? That major fracture. So, very important. That's my recommendation because you have that immobilization through forward momentum. All right, so this is lightning. I know if you're a Stam Sorc, you're going to love this build. Why? Because it hits frigging hard. It's really awesome. Love this build. All right, if anybody has any questions or comments, please post below. I do want to thank you guys for watching. I'm Mr. Graven, this CSO Daily, and as always, have a nice day.